So this is our last part of Anna Hibiscus, and it's called Sweet Snow. Anna Hibiscus lives in Africa, amazing Africa. And because of this, Anna Hibiscus has never once seen snow, and more than anything else in the entire world, Anna longs to set her eyes, her feet, her hands on snow. Anna Hibiscus lives in a wonderful house with many, many rooms and balconies and staircases both inside and out. But more wonderful than this, more wonderful than anything else in the entire world, so Anna thinks, is snow. All day long, Anna Hibiscus plays in the garden around the house, a garden full of cool grass to lie in, beautiful trees to climb up, and lovely flowers to smell. The trees are full of sweet fruit and the flowers are full of sweet nectar. But nothing can be sweet like snow, Anna has decided. Nothing can be so cool. Anna Hibiscus lives with her mother and her father, her grandmother and her grandfather, her aunties and her uncles, her cousins and her brothers, double and treble. Anna Hibiscus's family is so big that she cannot count them all. But nothing is more unaccountable than snow, Anna thinks. One morning, in the amazing land of Africa, in the wonderful house with the wonderful garden, Anna Hibiscus woke up and her room was white, floating white. "Snow!" shouted Anna. Anna's cousins, Chocolate and Angel, woke up. Anna was waving her arms, and the breeze from the air conditioner that cooled down the hot African air was floating white all about her. There were Double and Trouble sitting on the floor, feathers around their mouths, chewing Chocolate's pillows. "Snowing feathers!" Angel cried, and she shook her pillow. Now, Anna Hibiscus could think of nothing but snow, 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 snow. She and her cousins played snowstorms, howling down corridors. They stormed through the rooms until their mothers chased them out into the garden. Anna climbed the big mango tree where her big boy cousins were sitting eating mangoes. "This one's sweet," shouted Anna, biting into a ripe one. "But not sweet like snow. You agree, Cousin Benz? You agree, Cousin Wonderful? Nothing sweet like snow." Anna Hibiscus talked on and on until the boy cousins shook the branches of the tree and she almost fell out. She climbed down shouting, "Just because you don't know snow." It was true. Her cousins knew nothing about snow. Her father knew nothing about snow. Her grandfather and her grandmother knew nothing about snow. Her aunties and her uncles knew nothing about snow. Even Anna Hibiscus herself did not know snow. Nobody in Anna's family knew anything about snow because nobody in Anna's family had ever once seen snow. Nobody except for Anna Hibiscus's mother. You see, a long time before Anna Hibiscus was born, when her father was a young man, he had gone to the land called Canada. He'd gone in the short summertime and there he'd met Anna's mother. They got married and came quickly back to Africa before the long winter came and Anna's father got too cold. So Anna's mother knew all about snow. She had been born during a snowstorm and had grown up building snowmen and throwing snowballs. She had sledged and tobogganed over mountains of snow. She'd even skied across snow-covered fields to school. But Anna knew better than to ask about snow again now, today, when her mother and the aunties were busy in the house. So Anna Hibiscus went out to the gate. But everybody outside was quick and shouting and hurrying today, buying and selling, haggling and screaming, walking and running, quick and shout and hurry. Nobody wanted to stop and talk to Anna except for a small boy. Anna gave the small boy the mango she had in her pocket. She started to tell him about snow, like cassava flakes falling from the sky. "You're crazy," the beggar boy said and ran away. "I'm not crazy," Anna shouted. She ran to tell grandmother. "It's not kind to talk of cassava falling from the sky to somebody who's always hungry," said grandmother. "You must be crazy, Anna," whispered her cousin, Chocolate. Anna Hibiscus was cross. She went into the kitchen. Uncle Busy Sunday would be there and he would be nice to her. He was the chief of the shopping and the cooking, and he was often in the kitchen commanding and organising it all. Here he is, here. When Anna Hibiscus came in, Uncle Busy Sunday was measuring rice. Anna watched the small white grains being scooped up from the sack and falling into the bowl. "Snow is like rice, Uncle," said Anna. She knew that he was not hungry. She knew he would not say that she was crazy. "It's like rice falling from the sky," she said. Anna reached for some rice to show him how it could fall from the sky, but Uncle Busy Sunday closed the sack. "Finished," he said. "Oh," said Anna Hibiscus. "Well, rice is not so much like snow, 'cause snow's cold." She looked around and saw the big freezer. "Cold like ice," she said. Anna Hibiscus opened the freezer. It was cold and soft inside. She scraped out handfuls of ice and threw them into the air. "Look, Uncle," she said. "Look at the snow." Ice flew into the air and fell onto the floor, and it melted into puddles. Uncle Busy Sunday looked at the puddles. "Overseas is snow," he said. "Yes, Uncle, in Scotland and Canada and Iceland and Alaska," said Anna Hibiscus. "Snow for the kitchen," said Uncle Busy Sunday. "No," said Anna slowly. "It snows outside." "So why is snow falling in my kitchen?" Uncle Busy Sunday was suddenly aggravated, and Anna hurried to mop up the puddles. Her mother came in while Anna was mopping. "Anna, I've been looking for you," she said. "Here is a letter from Granny Canada. How would you like to visit her next summer? She'll buy you a ticket on the aeroplane." Anna Hibiscus stood as still as a stone. Only her eyes grew wider and wider. Suddenly, she leapt in the air and shrieked like a peacock. "Snow!" Anna Hibiscus sang, waving the mop even. "Snow, you're wonderful!" And then she dances with the snow. "Anna," her mother interrupted gently, "there's no snow in summertime." Anna Hibiscus stopped dancing. Her eyes grew full of tears. Uncle Busy Sunday came to stand beside her. "This child has to see snow," he said. Somewhere inside the house, Double and Trouble started to cry. They cried and cried and cried, and nobody was picking them up. Anna's mother turned to go. "I just don't know," she said. Anna sat down on the floor, and her tears splashed into a puddle. Uncle Busy Sunday hurried out of the kitchen, and when he came back he was carrying paper and an envelope. He took a pen from a drawer. "Anna Hibiscus," he said, "come, you must write." "Why?" Anna wailed. "You must write to Granny Canada. Tell her you love snow." Anna stopped crying and she looked at Uncle Busy Sunday. "Come," he said, "you write, I post." Uncle Busy Sunday wiped away Anna's tears and sat her on a stool to write. "Dear Granny Canada, thank you for inviting me. I want to see you and Canada and the bears and go on the aeroplane. But I wish I could see the snow too. I really, really, really love snow. Love from Anna Hibiscus." Anna put the letter in the envelope and stuck it down. "I don't know the address," she wailed. "I know it," Uncle Busy Sunday said. "Your mama told me at one time." Uncle Busy Sunday had never been to school. He couldn't read, he couldn't write, but he could remember everything that he was told, if he only heard it one time. He said the address carefully and Anna copied it down. The letter was ready. Uncle Busy Sunday readied himself. He took off his apron and put on his shirt, and he put the letter into his pocket. Anna Hibiscus watched him walk to the gate. She saw him stop and count his coins before he went out the gate, and then he was gone. Anna Hibiscus waited until Uncle Busy Sunday took the letter to the post office. Had she spelt the address right? Anna Hibiscus crossed her fingers. She waited a long, long time while the letter was sitting in the post office until an aeroplane flew it all the way across Africa and over the ocean to where Granny lived in Canada. She waited while the postman in Canada slowly read the address and then delivered the letter to Granny. She waited while her Granny opened the letter, read it and smiled. She waited while her Granny wrote her letter back, and that letter flew all the way across the ocean, all the way across Africa to where Anna Hibiscus lived. Anna Hibiscus waited for weeks for that letter while her fingers remained crossed. Then one day, as Anna was sitting in the big mango tree with her cousin, somebody shouted, "A letter! A letter for Anna Hibiscus!" Anna almost fell out of the tree again. Everybody in Anna's family came running. Her father, her grandfather, her grandmother, her uncles, her aunties, all of her cousins, her mother with her 2 baby brothers, but first and fastest was Uncle Busy Sunday. "A letter from Canada," Chocolate shouted, looking at the stamp. "Anna, read it, Anna, read." "Dear Anna Hibiscus, why don't you come and visit me at Christmas time instead? Then there will be plenty of snow for you to see. I would love to have you stay for Christmas. See what your parents say. Love, Granny Canada." Anna Hibiscus took a deep breath. She looked up at her mother and her father. Her father was looking at her mother, and her mother was looking at her. "Anna Hibiscus," her mother said, "I wrote to Granny Canada." Anna said, "I wrote that I love snow." Her mother opened her mouth, but before she could speak, "Initiative," said Grandfather. "Can she go?" "Of course," her father said. "Of course you can go, Anna Hibiscus." Anna could not move. Christmas time. Here the trees would be covered with leaves and lights, with her family would be dancing to music beneath them. The days would be long and warm, but she, Anna Hibiscus, would be where the trees were bare. The days were short and cold, and she would play in snow, shouted Anna. "Snow!" Everybody cheered and clapped and laughed. Aunt Chocolate and Angel sang. Uncle Busy danced around Anna Hibiscus and around and around. Hip, hip, hooray! And they are left celebrating Anna's dream finally coming true. I wonder if she'll like it. I wonder if she'll actually think, "Ooh, it was a bit too cold, this." It gets super cold, doesn't it, in snow? So that's the last of Anna Hibiscus. But you can find the others. We have got some other copies in school, so you can find the others and find the other stories about what happens to Anna Hibiscus. And well, somebody, it won't be me tomorrow, somebody will see you on Monday, no, tomorrow, with a different book for you.